What if I told you that life isn't just a random series of events, but a game, and almost everyone you know is playing it with the wrong rules? Look around. Most people are stuck, frustrated, and wondering why, no matter how hard they try, life keeps dealing them the same bad hand. They work hard, follow advice, and try to stay positive. But what are the real wins? They never seem to arrive. Here's the secret nobody teaches. There are hidden laws behind everything you experience, laws that decide whether you thrive or stay stuck. But almost everyone goes through life on autopilot, repeating the same mistakes, never realizing they're holding the power to change the entire game. Now imagine this. What if the words you speak, the thoughts you think, and even what you expect are quietly shaping your reality every single day? Would you keep playing small, or would you start mastering the game? Today, we're breaking down The Game of Life and How to Play It by Florence Scovel. This isn't just another self-help idea. It's a set of ancient rules that, once you know them, can change your luck, your confidence, and even your future. So if you've ever felt like life is rigged against you, or you're tired of watching others win while you keep coming up short, stay with me. Because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why most people lose at life and how you can finally start to win. Let's be real, most people aren't playing to win. They're just trying not to lose. From childhood, we're handed a script. Follow the rules, fit in, work hard, don't question too much, and maybe you'll get lucky. But here's what almost nobody realizes. Those rules were written by people who were scared, stuck, or never truly figured out the game themselves. Every day, millions of us repeat the same patterns. We accept limitations, compare ourselves to others, and replay negative beliefs in our minds, calling it reality. Over time, our biggest dreams start to feel impossible, so we settle for less happiness, less freedom, less meaning. But what if none of that is actually true? What if the world isn't holding you back, but the invisible rules you live by? What if you could learn the real strategies, the cheat codes to start winning, no matter where you are right now? In a minute, I'll reveal the 6 game-changing principles Florence Scovel discovered that have helped thousands of people rewrite their stories, even after years of losing. If you've ever felt stuck in a loop or wondered why some people seem to attract opportunities while others struggle, don't click away. And if you want more mind-opening lessons like this, hit subscribe right now. Because what you're about to learn could be the reset button your life needs. Principle 1. Your words and thoughts create your reality. Have you ever caught yourself saying, "I always mess things up," or "Nothing good ever happens to me"? It may feel like harmless talk, but Florence Scovel believed your words and thoughts are not just background noise. They're the code that programs your life. Imagine someone who wakes up every day repeating, "I'm unlucky," or "I'll never get ahead." Before long, those phrases become self-fulfilling prophecies. It's not magic, it's psychology. What you believe and what you say out loud shapes how you feel, what you notice, and the chances you're willing to take. Here's a real-life example. There was a man who constantly joked that he was the unluckiest guy in the world. No matter what he did, things always seemed to go wrong. However, the truth is that his negative language led him to expect failure, overlook small opportunities, and inadvertently sabotage his own success. The game of life teaches that to win, you must become intentional with your words. Replace "I can't" with "I'm learning." Swap. "This never works for me" with "What if this time it does?" Small shifts in language lead to big changes in outcomes. Try this for a single day. Notice every time you say or think something limiting and gently flip it. Instead of "I never have enough money," try "Money is flowing to me in new ways." It might feel strange at first, but the more you repeat empowering thoughts, the more you train your mind to spot possibilities instead of problems. But here's the catch. Positive thinking alone isn't enough. You need to change not just your words, but also what you expect from life. In the next section, I'll show you how your expectations can make or break your results, and why learning to expect good things is the fastest way to start achieving success in life. Principle 2. The law of attraction and expectation. Let's talk about what you expect from life. Do you walk into new situations hoping for the best, or secretly waiting for things to go wrong? It might sound subtle, but your expectations are like magnets. They pull experiences toward you, for better or for worse. Take the story of Lisa. For years, she dreaded every Monday, convinced each week would bring new problems. And guess what? She always seemed to find them missed buses, stressful meetings, and little setbacks that proved her right again and again. It wasn't just bad luck. It was the law of expectation in action. Florence Shinn believed that when you expect trouble, you invite it. But the same law works in your favor if you flip the script. Start expecting good news, small wins, surprise opportunities, and you'll start to notice them where others don't. Science backs this up. When you believe something positive is coming, your brain becomes more adept at spotting opportunities, connecting with people, and recovering from setbacks. It's not just wishful thinking. It's a mental filter that can change your day, your career, and even your relationships. So here's a practical challenge. For the next 24 hours, expect the best possible outcome in every situation. Before you walk into a meeting, expect it to go well. Before you open an email, expect good news. Even when things get tough, remind yourself, something good is coming out of this. You'll be amazed at how quickly your energy shifts and how many coincidences begin to show up. But what about those times when it feels impossible to expect the best, because life keeps throwing curveballs? That's where the next principle comes in. It's not just about thinking or expecting, but about believing deeply and using the power of affirmations to change your inner world. Stick around, because in the next part, you'll learn the real secret to turning positive thoughts into real results. Principle 3. Faith, affirmations, and the power of your words. By now, you might be thinking, okay, so I should think and expect good things. But what if deep down, I just don't believe it? That's where faith and affirmations come into play. Florence Shinn taught that real change happens when you move from wishing to believing, when you trust that the good you seek is already on its way, even if you can't see it yet. Take the story of Tom. He'd just lost his job, and everything felt hopeless. But instead of repeating, "I'll never find something better," he started each morning with a new affirmation. Something perfect is coming to me now. I am open to new opportunities. At first, he didn't believe it. It felt forced, maybe even silly. However, over time, as he repeated these words aloud, his mindset began to shift. He felt a little more confident, a little more open, and soon he started noticing options he would have missed before. Within weeks, he found a job that matched him better than anything he'd lost. That's the real magic of affirmations. It's not just saying positive words. It's letting those words sink in until your subconscious mind starts to believe them, until you act, decide, and even feel differently. Here's how to do it. Select one affirmation that resonates with your most significant challenge. Repeat it every morning, every night, and whenever doubt creeps in. Don't just say the words, feel them. Picture how your life changes when they become true. Maybe yours is, "I am worthy of abundance," or "I attract solutions, not problems," or simply, "Good things are always finding me." At first, you may not believe it, but keep going. The more you repeat it, the more your mind and actions will shift. But what if you're stuck on a past hurt, or someone has wronged you, and you just can't let it go? That's when the game changes. Because the next principle is about releasing the heaviest weight of all, the burden of not forgiving. Stay tuned, because forgiveness isn't just a spiritual idea, it's the key to finally moving forward and winning your own game. Principle 4. Forgiveness and love letting go to win. Imagine carrying a heavy backpack everywhere you go. Every old grudge, betrayal, or regret is another rock inside. The further you walk, the heavier it feels, until you can barely move forward. That's what holding on to anger or resentment does in the game of life. Florence Shinn believed you can't win if the past weighs you down. No matter how hard you try, unforgiveness can block happiness, success, and even your health. Let's look at Sarah's story. She was passed over for a promotion she worked years for, replaced by someone less experienced. For months, she replayed the injustice in her mind, growing bitter and stuck. Only when she finally forgave, letting go not for the company's sake, but for her freedom, did things begin to shift. She felt lighter, her confidence returned, and soon, a new, better opportunity appeared. Forgiveness doesn't mean what happened was right. It simply means you're ready to stop letting someone else's actions control your future. And it starts with a simple practice. Each day, repeat to yourself, I release the past, I free others, and I free myself. If it feels hard, start with small things. Over time, you'll notice your energy change, your outlook brighten, and new doors start to open. There's one more piece, though, because even if you forgive others, you also have to forgive yourself. We're all human. We all make mistakes. Self-compassion isn't weakness. It's your reset button for the next level. But even after forgiveness, there's a voice inside that tries to hold you back. Should you trust your gut or your fears? Is it safe to follow your inner wisdom when logic says otherwise? In the next principle, you'll discover the real secret behind intuition, how to listen to it, trust it, and use it to win your unique game of life. Principle 5. Intuition and inner wisdom, trusting the guide within. Have you ever had a gut feeling about something, an inner nudge that said, go for it, or walk away, even if it didn't make logical sense? Florence Shinn believed that intuition is your built-in compass, designed to guide you through life better than any outside advice. Take Alex's story. He was offered a safe, high-paying job, but felt an unexplained pull toward a riskier startup he couldn't get out of his mind. Logic said, play it safe, but his intuition kept whispering, this is your shot. He listened. It wasn't easy at first, but soon he found himself thriving, surrounded by people and challenges that helped him grow in ways he never imagined. So, how can you hear your intuition? Begin by creating a quiet space for it, whether through meditation, journaling, or simply walking without distractions. Ask yourself real questions, then sit with the answers that arise. The right path often feels peaceful, even if it's scary. If you get a strong yes or a no, learn to trust it. Your intuition might show up as a hunch, a sudden idea, a dream, or just a feeling in your chest. The more you trust and act on these signals, the stronger they become. But here's the catch. Intuition is worthless unless you take action. You can know the right move, but unless you're willing to step forward, the game never changes. That brings us to the final, most important rule. Winners act. Faith and wisdom are powerful, but it's action that transforms your life. Stay with me for the last principle, because this is where everything you've learned comes together, and you finally step into the winner's circle. Principle 6. Action. Turning inspiration into reality. Here's the truth. You can think positive thoughts, expect good things, repeat affirmations, forgive everyone, and trust your intuition. But if you never take action, nothing changes. Florence Shinn said, faith without works is dead. You must act on your inner guidance, even if it's a tiny step. Every win in the game of life starts with someone daring to move, even when the outcome isn't guaranteed. Think about Mia. She dreamed of starting her own business for years. She made vision boards, repeated affirmations, listened to her intuition, and waited for the perfect time. But real change happened only when she finally took that first messy step, making a call, launching a simple website, putting her offer into the world. It was scary, imperfect, and far from certain. But action broke the cycle. Momentum started to build. New opportunities appeared that planning alone could never have predicted. So, how can you turn inspiration into action? Start small and stay consistent. Say yes to that coffee meeting, apply for the opportunity, and share your idea with someone you trust. Even a tiny step forward can set off a chain reaction you never saw coming. If fear or doubt creeps in, remember, everyone who ever won at life felt uncertain at the beginning. You don't need perfect confidence. You need the courage to take the first step. Now, here's my question for you. What's one action, no matter how small, that you're inspired to take after watching this video? Drop it in the comments below. Your game of life isn't waiting for permission. It's waiting for your first move. But before you go, let's quickly recap these rules and show you how they work together to change your life for the better. So, let's bring it all together. You've just learned 6 timeless rules that have helped thousands of people transform their lives, no matter where they started. First, your words and thoughts are powerful. Speak and think with intention. Second, what you expect, you attract. Third, faith and affirmations can shift your mindset and your results. Fourth, forgiveness and love set you free to move forward. Fifth, your intuition is a trustworthy guide. Listen to it. And sixth, action is where everything changes. No action, no progress. Most people will keep playing the game the way they always have, hoping for different results without ever changing the rules. But you have a choice. You can start today, even with the smallest shift in thought or the tiniest action. So here's my challenge. Which of these 6 rules hit you the hardest? What will you do differently from now on? Share your answer in the comments. I read everyone, and you never know who you might inspire by sharing your first step. If you enjoyed this video and want more powerful insights for winning at life, be sure to subscribe and share it with someone who needs it. And if you want to dive even deeper into mastering your mindset, I highly recommend The Magic of Thinking Big by David Schwartz. It's the perfect next step to build unshakable belief and aim higher than you ever thought possible. Remember, the game of life isn't about playing it safe. It's about learning the rules, taking bold action, and playing to win on your terms. Your move starts now.